Why do they call it that, though, Death Valley? What's the reasoning behind it? Is it just because loads of people die there?
Do you know what? Have you watched Yellowstone?
No, I've heard it's good.
Very good.
I think you told me it's good, actually.
Kevin Costner's best role by far.
Really?
Yep.
Jim Garrison from JFK, that's his best role?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I think it's Tim McGraw. I'm not really up on my country and western type singers.
That sounds like a country and western singer.
I think it's Tim McGraw. He plays like an ancestor of his in 1883, which is when they first sort of settle. It's like a throwbacks prequel sort of thing to explain how they got their like 40,000 acre ranch or whatever it is.
Okay.
And in that, it shows like the Oregon Trail. So it shows like people leaving the Midwest, heading west, trying to sort of settle the West, encountering bandits, fucking lunatics, hostile natives, friendly natives, everything. Everything about the Oregon Trail. People getting fucking diseases, people getting shot, people like getting dysentery from drinking the river water. Like it's an incredible sort of journey. And as you're driving through Death Valley, which I think you guys did pretty much the same route I did today, right?
Similar-ish, yeah. I think, but no, probably, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of just do a left at LA or right at LA, don't you?
Yeah, they just go past the tree and the rock.
Yeah.
There's a
There's a McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah, actually was, yeah, past the McDonald's, past the Mackies.
On the
just
freeway,
keep going.
and you go,
Yeah, just follow the.
Past that white truck.
That's it, the white truck. Yeah, I almost missed that.
But I was thinking, how the fuck? Wonder how did they know there's an ocean on the other side? Because it's so far away.
Yeah, it's a mooch.
How did you get across Death Valley? Because like Montana, stuff like that, it's quite temperate.
Yeah, nice
European
word.
sort of
green
weather.
Yeah,
it's green. It's a bit warm in places, a bit cold
Decent.
in places. Yeah,
like
livable.
Yeah,
hospitable for humans.
Yes.
Unlike Death Valley.
No.
Which it takes fucking hours in your car. Supercharged V8, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How did you get on with Ronaldo Brown?
I'd have been better taking a 4-year-old and giving him all the smarties.
Really? You survived. He survived though, which I'm glad to say.
He survived.
You both came back because I was worried.
He did fall asleep periodically, which probably saved him.
Right, okay. Because I was worried that you'd come back and I'd go, "Where's Ronnie?" You go with. Don't know what you're about. No idea. So yeah, how was your comedy thing in LA?
Really good. There was a lady that was on the show, Marianne something or other. That's on 24. You've watched 24, haven't you?
No. It's one of you've actually picked one of the few. You picked two of the shows I've never seen, Yellowstone and 24.
Right. Well, there was a lady that was on that, and I missed that because I was at the back chatting to a friend, and she was on stage and Ronnie went. She was fucking brilliant, but it was really good.
Yeah,
yeah. It's the Comedy Store in LA. It's top, isn't it?
It's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think there's a fucking high bar for it. It's not the Frog and Bucket.
No.
Where like me and you can just rock up. And
me and you could probably get away with doing the Frog and Bucket and get a smattering of laughs and go back again.
Off both people that are in.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Comedy Store in LA is a very high bar.
I'm jealous, man. I wanted to go. I can't be too jealous because I did go and see Jerry Seinfeld in Vegas, and I've always wanted to see him live. But when we was in New York, we were trying to make it work. We were trying to get to comedy, and we couldn't. But you went and did it. And seeing Ian Edwards, who you're a big fan of.
Yeah, you might see him on the channel actually because he's coming and hanging out on Sunday with us.
Nice, that's good. Yeah, big football fan or soccer as they call it here.
Well, I don't know where you would say he's from because he's Jamaican.
Right.
Well, I think he was born in Jamaica.
Okay.
But raised in London.
Right.
And lives out here.
Brilliant.
And I don't know where his accent's from.
Has he got one of those
it's
like
fully unique?
Is it?
Fully
so there's a bit of twang there from Jamaica, patois.
Yeah, it could be
bit of Cockney.
Yeah, there's definitely some British in there. There's definitely some like West Coast in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Bit like us. I think our accents changed since we got here. Don't you think? We sound assimilated. We sound practically American, I think, both me and you.
Well, I did earlier on my Hojlund video.
If you've not checked it out,
fucking
go and have a look.
If I don't say so myself.
If you don't know what we're doing, this is the Brew, by the way. That's Stephen Howson. I'm Jay Motty. We're going to get to Hojlund in a bit because I do want to get your reaction on this channel because I've not even had a chance to chat to you about it. In fact, I've not spoken to anyone about it since we had the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano. But I just wanted to do a little recap as well, Steve, because we've been in America, the USA. We've been at New York, been at New Jersey. You've been to Death Valley. You've been to LA.
Can I tell you what I'm sick of?
Go on.
Packing that fucking suitcase.
What's the longest stay you've had in one place since you've been here?
The villa in San Diego.
I was
3 nights.
3 nights. And I didn't do one of them. Me and Joe went to Houston for one of them.
Oh,
so it has been a bit hectic, but it's first world problems, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what McCullough said to me earlier today? This is the most Adam McCullough complaint ever. He went, use my jacuzzi. It takes an hour for it to get warmed up.
Wow.
I was like, do you know what?
Wow.
I'm thinking of doing
What I will say is,
a
though,
GoFundMe page.
there's far too many fucking people in Vegas.
Yeah.
And
You've
I'm
done
full
well.
up.
The worst one, I thought we were going to lose you in New Jersey. Because Steve, right, to his credit, he's very good at being friendly towards people and taking selfies and doing other things that, you know, someone should do in our position. But that doesn't mean he enjoys doing it. I think it's safe to say he'd rather just be left alone, but he'll do it because he appreciates your support and all the rest of it.
Yeah, and Joe, can I just say on that as well?
Go
So someone asked me that question. I did like an Instagram Q&A, and someone asked me that question. How'd you cope with it? And I said, I don't like it.
No.
Right? But that's not me saying, like, I don't appreciate it and I don't put myself through it because I know people have made the effort to watch us and I appreciate the effort that people have put in for us. But I'm being honest. If I can be only one thing in my life, Jay, I want to be authentic.
No, you are.
And the truth is, I don't like it. I think half of the reason that I've got this desire to get back in the army is to fucking disappear again.
I get that, bro. And, you know, you always been very honest about that. And I appreciate the fact that you're not a knobhead. Do you know what I mean? Because you could say, I can't be doing people. No, I know what? Someone's just waited to meet me for, no, I'm going. Right. But you don't. And it made me laugh because there was a kid outside the Snapdragon wearing a Paddock top, super giddy to see me because he thought you might be with me. He was like, Jay, he's still here. Which, of course. And then you came out and you'd had a nightmare with the sort of post-match stuff and all the stuff. But you still chatted to him, which I was relieved because I thought, you know, this kid's obviously giddy and waiting. But I was downstairs in the lobby before. Someone comes over. Jay, how you can't believe it. I'm on my phone to you. I'm messaging you. He looks down, sees your name, because I've changed it from knobhead in my phone to Stephen Howson. And he goes, oh my God, Howson's here, the king. I was like, well, we'll stop that for starters. We're not having any of that on my watch, son. But he was super giddy. And what I've liked about it is the fact that it never sinks in with me, Steve. It never does what we do, and the fact that people enjoy it and, you know, like, have a sort of connection with us and all that stuff. I know we have loads of comments. I get it. But, you know, I go in my house and no one cares what I'm a YouTuber. No one gives a toss. My mates don't really bother it. You get people in town, in Manchester where we live, and people say, hey, you know what I mean? But people don't really chat too much.
Do you know what? Mancunians are far too fucking cool for it.
Yeah. So
like,
like,
people will tell you on the sly, listen, don't tell anyone, but I'll watch you lot.
You know, I love
and
that.
I like that. I prefer that.
I've had that off a few people, you know. I have had that off a few people who've told me, don't say anything. But yeah, I like. Or my favourite is seeing you on YouTube. Not you're good, or I enjoy you, or I like watching it. Just
you're on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen you. Yeah, I've seen you. So you had a good night anyway at the Comedy Store in LA, seeing the girl from 24. You made.
Well, I didn't know, but yeah, there was a handful that we watched, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went there 8 years ago when me and Janine went.
You proper into your comedy, right? Because I thought it was Alex Bagley who used to come on this.
Oh no, Baggers is a fucking black belt comedy nonce.
Because every time we have comedians on here, they're usually from him.
Yeah.
He's gone, there's a comedian who's in town today. Can he come on? And I'll be like, if Steve's
I've seen Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura both come and did Manchester recently.
Tom Segura?
Doug Stanhope has seen in Manchester recently.
Doug Stanhope is like what I'd be like if I was a comedian, where he's just popping pills and downing Jaeger bombs on stage. Yeah, not even Jaeger bombs, just Jägermeister. And absolutely out of his head. I thought if I'd have carried on, you know, the path I was going, I ended up doing comedy. That's what I'd have been like. Because I've just watched him when he doesn't heckle. People don't heckle him. They just buy him drinks and give him drugs. And it was just like this guy, man.
Stanhope was awesome. I've seen Stanhope 2 or 3 times.
So you've seen some big hitters, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, when I first went to the store, I went and saw Joe Rogan there, Joey Diaz there.
Yeah.
I asked Joey Diaz for a selfie, and he's like, "Nah,
really?
You can have a cuddle though." And I was like, "All right."
He give you a cuddle?
He give me a cuddle.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you like to give people a cuddle when they're kicking off, don't you?
He's a big man as well.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to give people.
I know you diffuse the situation when it's kicking off. I've seen you do this before, and it's so disarming because you looking like you do. You go, "Come and give us a cuddle." Why is the big fella coming over offering me a cuddle? I don't like this. I'm going. I'm sorry. No, but we have met a lot of people, and despite the fact Steve does have a little bit of a, I don't think misanthropic's the right word. You know, you don't like to chill on your own and stuff like that. We've met so many people. I remember when I went and met you in New Jersey, we did the tailgate. We were there a little bit later than you. You got there first, and it was just non-stop, wasn't it? Which is heartwarming. It's great to see, and we do appreciate.
Do you know what it is, right?
Fans feels like a bit much for me. Viewers.
I don't consider myself anything than other just some fucking knobhead, right? So all of the people coming up is really fucking difficult to wrap your head around. It's not an arrogance like I don't want to fucking meet people. I don't. It's the opposite of that. It's like, why are you wanting to fucking talk to me? I don't get it.
Steve, someone asked me to sign a baby girl the other day. I didn't know what to do. And I think I can say this now as well because the time has passed. It was in the United Hotel. We was in the same hotel as the players. And I'm in a caught between a rock and a hard place here because they asked me to sign something and I panicked. I thought it was a United shirt. And I would take selfies, do anything. I don't want to sign a United shirt because I'm ruining their shirt basically. And I always think, years from now, you're going to get a shirt and you go, who the hell's Jay Motty?
Bruno.
Yeah.
Varane.
And Marcus. Marcus scored all them goals. Bruno won them trophies. He's Jay Motty.
Jay told us the news.
Yeah. He wears a Parker outside Old Trafford. So I'm always reluctant. That's
Cameron
one thing.
Ronaldo have signed Paddock shirts out.
That's good.
I fucking love.
That's good because they play for that team. Do you know what I mean? If I played for United, I'd sign it, but I don't want to sign United. So the only thing I'm like, nah, I'm not. Come on, bro. I'm going to ruin your shirt. Anyway, someone asked me to sign it. It's just like a T-shirt, and it was a baby girl. And I'm thinking, what am I doing here signing this? Imagine if players walk past and see me. He's like, who's he and what's he doing? But I appreciate the love. Anyway,
there was a guy collared me in Macca. The players was having that little foundation brunch thing in the picnic area, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, it was that little
And
area.
there's a guy goes, "Oh, Stretford Paddock guys," and we're like, like fucking Casemiro's there,
It's
mate.
so
What you doing?
Did he go up to Casemiro and go, bro, can you take a photo of me and Steve? Here's my camera. And
Tell you what, when I
Casemiro's
did
like,
that to Ricky Hatton,
nice.
he
Go
threw
on.
the phone at me.
Did it?
Yeah. So I can't remember who I was with. I think it might have been my uncle. And we was on a corporate Dave job at United. And
Right.
Ricky Hatton was in the lounge, and was like, "Ricky, let's have a photo." And he was like, "Yeah, in a bit." And obviously, it was smashed. I don't know if you've seen Ricky Hatton about. That's
No,
usually what he does,
I
is
think you're lying. I think you're mistaken. He doesn't
And
drink.
then
He's like me.
eventually he come walking past and I was like, "Ricky, have a photo." And I was like, "All right, go on then." I went, "Yeah." Then. He fucking threw the phone at me. Like, no.
Mate,
All right, cool.
I love you. All of you would try and wind up the former welterweight world champion. Mate. Oh, I bumped into Thomas Hearns yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, and my dad is buzzing because
One of the
he's a big
most
fan.
iconic fights
Yeah,
of all time.
because we saw a look.
Hearns. Go Google it if you've not seen it.
Thank you, well said that man. We were in the lobby and we seen a bit of a crowd gathering, and I looked. I don't follow boxing as much now, so obviously it's Spence Crawford tonight. Macca's going. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's an amazing fight,
Fucking
but I'm not
Lloyd
really big.
managed to black himself.
I know. Just seen him in McCollum. He's covering
Where
it.
are you going? I'm doing it for the athletic.
Oh,
Boxing now, is it as well?
Yeah.
Fucking on
Yeah,
you.
seriously. But yeah, so Thomas Hearns, I was like, I've gotta try and get, because I don't like. I'm never Mr. Selfie, mate. You know, when I see like people that I really respect or love or whatever.
Is it in here?
No, it's at the T-Mobile Arena, but you can get to that from here without venturing outside.
Like, I fucking don't like how many people are here.
No, it's been tested for you on it. I know you've been like, it is mad crowds here.
Like, the fucking hotel lobby is 8 lanes,
Yeah,
and it was bumper to bumper.
it's
I can't wrap my head around it. And then
No.
I came inside, and it's like an Alton Towers queue to check in.
yeah. Oh mate, when you said I've got to check in, I didn't reply because I thought I'm not going to tell him what that's going to be like, because we got here yesterday and we got here about 45 minutes after them, and we were still
Jay,
we were waiting when we were with them.
Just between me and you,
Go on, don't say
I've
no.
got the shits.
You did say that. You did say, I've got the shits. I'm in the
I'm in the
checkout.
fucking
And I
queue.
literally just said to him, whenever you're ready, we'll do the brew. I'm not giving you any mither.
Do you know why I think I've got the shits?
Go on.
Went to McDonald's today. I've been eating fucking clean as a whistle.
You have impressed me, you, on this trip. I'm not going to lie.
And I was like, I'm going to get a McMuffin today. I don't have the egg on it, so I just have a double sausage McMuffin.
Okay.
Right? And I go and get what I think is a McMuffin. But it came, instead of on bread, nay,
What?
it was like 2 donuts or pancakes or something.
Really?
Yeah.
The dirty
Really
bastard.
fucking sweet and everything like that. And I was like, whoa. So I had like
That's-
one mouthful of it, nearly threw up.
Do you know what it did for me
Just did
yesterday
the meat.
at Seinfeld? And I will get to the live read in a minute because producer Ethan's given me the signal. I got there and Macca and Joel was returning their car. They were late and returning cars. Again, first world problems, but it's a nightmare.
We'll talk about that on another episode when I've
'cause-
calmed down.
Yeah, because I don't want to do it now because we'll get sued. And I'm not even joking. So I thought, oh, I'm in America. Reese's Pieces, I think, was the offer. There's a thing. I thought, I don't know what they are, but they sound American. I'll get some of them. Minging. Not my stomach sick.
Is that the most American thing that you've tried out here?
Yeah. I was like, what? Well, me and Macca went to Popeyes today, which was, I know it's not particularly adventurous, but it's American. I went to
I had a
Jack
hot
in the
dog at the
Box
United game.
with Steve.
Couldn't find a fucking hot dog at the Yankees, though, could I?
Really?
No, I had a whole thing in my head, Jay.
Yeah.
This is what I want to experience.
Go on.
I want a hot dog at the Yankees game.
Yeah, I like that because you was like, I'm going to the Yankees game, getting a hot dog. And I was like, all right, yeah, you know what, get that. It's like me with the JFK thing,
And
which
do you know what
I
I
didn't
will
get
say
to
as
do.
well? I fucking
Sid.
love that Americans have their own sports watching culture. I'm glad that they haven't just gone, what are they doing over there? Import it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that they go, this tailgate shit is what we do.
And it's
And
good.
I like it. I dig it.
It's good.
And the thing is, you can't do it in England.
No.
One,
Right.
there ain't a car park big enough. Two, there ain't the weather. And three, we have about 30 fucking home games a year. Like, hey, do you want to come to me? No, fuck you. How about that?
Yeah, also,
Whereas American football games or these sorts of preseason friendlies, you can make a bit of an event out of it, and I like that.
I like that as well. And there's no way, if you did a tailgate, let's say, at Old Trafford, when we play Arsenal,
New Year's Day.
you'd have Arsenal and United fans having drinks and barbecues next to each other. No, one of those barbecues is getting wrapped around someone's head, and it's over. And
Hot
everyone's
Cold's
getting
going to
it.
be a reet like, aren't they? Someone brings out like a Teflon glove and starts lobbing them at people.
Yeah,
That's a new
the
one.
game's cancelled.
Someone's got 30-degree burns.
30-degree burns, exactly. We all know it's summer. We know it's summer. We're out here in Vegas when it's 42 degrees Celsius. I'm not even making that up.
I think it's fucking more than that.
It's
you know?
more than that,
We'll
yeah.
have a look.
So it is essential, whether you're in Vegas or elsewhere, that you keep your balls smooth.
How
It's
much did you say
smooth.
it was?
Sack summer. I said 42 degrees centigrade.
But yeah, it's gone down to 41. But it is,
Wow,
it's
wow.
7:15 at night.
Get me Parker out. It's very, very warm. So you want to be smooth in your nether parts, yeah? Fortunately, Manscaped has got you covered. You can be one of the 8 million men worldwide that join Manscaped and get looked after down there with the best in male grooming. There's a link in the description. Using the code Paddock Tour, a bit different this one. We're on tour, so even though it's the Brew, it's Paddock Tour. You get 20% off and free shipping. You get the Performance Package 4.0. You get the Shed Travel Bag. You get the Boxer Briefs. You get the Crop Reviver, the Crop Toner. You get the Weed Whacker, which does all your nasal and your ear hair. You get the lot, yeah? Plus, you're getting 20% off. And when it's hot, you don't want to be sweaty and minging down
in 42
there.
degrees, I reckon a smooth sack's going to save your life.
A smooth sack's going to save your life. I think he's right, and he knows about these things. And like he said earlier, we get to, what was it you said? What's the limit when I'm going to do you on the Brew?
What?
I'm going to shave you with the Lawnmower 4.0 if we get to so
Oh,
many.
800,000 by the end of this video.
Right, okay. 800. Can we not do 850,000 just in case?
No, it's 800,000, and if we don't get it, we're fucking it off.
Right, okay. There you go. Go and check out link in the description. We're all over this stuff with Manscaped for a reason, because they know how to look after you during the summer. Your balls will thank you on Smooth Sack Summer. Paddock Tour, link in the description, 20% off and free shipping. Right, I hate this because it's not what we do on the Brew, but we have to because it's our only opportunity. In fact, how many videos have me and you done together out here?
We've
One.
definitely done one, haven't we?
No, we did. We did. Yeah,
We've
we've
done
done the
podcasts, I
Brew
think.
and the podcast. This is our third one. Disgusting. Hojlund, me and you were chatting the other day. You said it was going to happen. You're right, it has.
I mean, it wasn't a prediction.
No. You
Because I just before anyone, I've got no info. And also, I had a prediction that I thought that we might be trying to like stall this to get Kane, and that didn't turn out right, did it? So
What, you mean we're not getting Harry Kane? I'm shocked at that one. Anyway, we've got Hojlund. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano, which
It's a
had
lot
you
of money.
running around Death Valley screaming.
yeah, fucking lot of money.
73 million in it with add-ons.
It's a lot of money. That I think we've overpaid there, and I just hope that it's not in the same sense we've overpaid with Anthony, and everyone's like, "Well, look how much we fucking paid for him." And then obviously the amount of goals that he scored have been getting brought up.
It's
It's the same amount of goals that Nunes scored this year, but let's not talk about that.
it's his goal scoring record is okay in it. It's not like wow.
No, per
silly
minute
numbers.
is pretty good.
Okay.
Per minute is pretty good.
Right.
But you know, the headline is he scored 9 league goals last year.
Me and you spoke. Well, I was saying months ago, many a time we spoke about this thing with United and the Cavani's, the Agalos, the Ronaldos, the Zlatans, the short-term isms that we've gone through at forward number 9s. Yes, I think you said Romelu Lukaku, and I think Joe said it as well, was probably the only striker we've gone. You've got maybe count Martial as well. Where you got an out-and-out number 9.
Martial was like a pure youngster.
Yeah. Where you go, that's a number 9 who's going to be here for the next 5 years, and obviously he wasn't. This kid is someone who potentially could be here for a little while. It's obviously a different way of approaching the number 9.
See how much of a United fan he is as well.
Mate, he loves United. PSG didn't get off the ground, did they? We were like, PSG going to give you loads of money? No.
And he's
No.
come out and said now, and he's like, I'm not going to hide it anymore. I'm a United fan. I couldn't be more excited.
I love that, though, because it does feel like we've actually got players that want to play for us. Like Mount, Chelsea through and through, wanted to come to United. Do you know what I mean? Even you go back a year.
Just him and Cam Waters.
You saw,
Just a couple of Chelsea boys wearing United shirts.
You're so tight.
Loving it.
Hey, I know, yeah. Well, it's a bit purple, aren't they? Hey,
But is he here yet, or is he just flying a bit?
I don't know. I presume he must be knocking about somewhere. I'll probably bump into him like he did.
Do you know
in,
what?
San
I've got to
Diego.
say, one of the best things about this trip, apart from meeting all you lot, which has been cool, is the fact that it's like Baggers is here, Patterson's here, Cam's
there.
You know, obviously we're all here.
Yeah,
it's fucking
it's proper reunion,
obviously,
isn't it?
John Shin with
John Shin,
fucking
who's
shake.
part of the family. He is part of the family, isn't it? It is mint though, because it's like we're in New York with Patterson, San Diego with Baggers. John Shin's been with us in New York and in San Diego, like you say. Bumps in. I literally went for a coffee in San Diego, walked to go to the coffee shop, which someone at the hotel told me around, and bumped into Cam Waters. Like there was no one else in the area. It was dead other than me and him. And he's like, I'm lost. Can you help me? And I'm like, it's just typical Cam. So I'm like, yeah.
Sam.
Sam Homewood as well. Like it's been proper full-time Devils, Stretford, Paddock, Steve Howson reunion. And it's great to see, man, because they're all good lads, and we are mates. I'm not just saying that, so it's good to bump into him. It's just weird.
And no, it's weird as well because there's actually fucking loads of people that we know that work for United now as well, isn't there?
I know. Hey, it's true though.
Fucking Glazer.
I know. Do you know what I mean? Disgusting. Should be ashamed of yourself. So yeah, that's been good. But it was mad when I bumped into him, and he was like, "Where you going?" I said, "Like, I told him I'm going back to my hotel." And he's like, "Oh, you had a players, aren't you?" Right, I'll come back there because I can get a shuttle from there, so I can get sort of sent. But what burns my heart as well, I know, is like seeing Paddock kits and then them seeing like Cam and Ronnie, and there's a real community there, and I love all that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that we're very fortunate to do what we do, and we're very fortunate to have people that support us and show us a lot of love. And over in America, it's been phenomenal. Anyway, Hojlund, he's gonna get judged, no matter how young he is, how many we go. Well, he's one for the future. He's gonna get judged on this season. People are gonna look at his numbers and go, "Is he good enough?" He's not gonna be like, "Well, he might be in 2 or 3 years." Do you think this season he can cope? From what you've seen, from the scouting you've done, and all the rest of it.
Hard to say.
Okay.
I think what you've seen of him, you see why Ten Hag wants him. The potential in what he is about.
Is he a pure number 9?
Yeah, he can dribble. He's pretty quick. He's not blistering quick. He's not Marcus.
Right.
But he's got some wheels on him. He's got a good link-up play. He's got a decent shot on him. His finishing's quite strong. I don't think I'm certainly not the greatest finisher we've ever seen. Certainly not the greatest goal scorer we've ever seen. Not prolific as some people. But there's a real talent in there. And you go, okay, we've had unbelievable talents come and sign for us, and we've had unbelievable attributes come and sign for us. But what matters is the team. Are they all pulling in the right direction? Have they all got the attributes that the manager's looking for? Because if you've got a striker who's going, well, I like this, you want what the manager wants. Yeah. You want what the manager wants. So when things look telepathic on a football pitch, it's either one or two things. It's either because they've played together a lot and they know. One of the things that I notice when you start trying to see real differences and you get a good player that comes down to like a real experienced player, come down and play somewhere. Because this is something I beyond my fucking comprehension of what people are doing on a football pitch. Really fucking good players will ask questions of their teammates. So let's say you come in and you're a right winger. You're going to go and talk to the centre forward, and you're going to go talk to the right back, and you might talk to the midfielder standing next to you, and you'll be asking things like, what foot do you like it played to? If I'm going to put it in behind for you, do you want me to put it in the wing or the inside channel? Where if I see you run from the touchline, do you want me to put it between the two centre halves or in between? And they have those questions. And I've been fascinated, observing and listening to experienced players, high-level players, having those questions with each other and finding out the sort of things that they're looking for. If I turn out this way, I'm more likely to, can I play it off my left if I turn? What if you turn out this way? If you turn around in this circumstance, do you want me to run past you? Or do you want me to be there to support? They have those questions. So sometimes you'll see things on a football pitch that looks telepathic. It's because they've had conversations or they've worked with each other enough where they know that sort of stuff. The other way that you see that is because it's drilled. So the manager goes, right, okay, when, not Anthony because he's coming in and blasting it over the bar, when Marcus comes down the left-hand side, he either comes across the front of the box. If he comes across the front of the box, I want an underlap.
Yeah.
And I want someone to maybe run across his path at the front post, see if they'll open up a little bit of a gap of defence. If he goes to the byline, I want someone front post, someone penalty spot, someone back post, whatever it is. So they'll work on, if he enters these zones, I do this. If I'm the 9, Marcus enters the corner of the box on the byline, I might dummy to the right and cut across the front. You being the number 10 right behind me, you might dummy forward and pull back. And then we've both created a little bit of space inside the box. And it's all about, what does the manager want you to do? So obviously we might have a conversation, go, I'm going to do this, you do that. But the manager might go, okay, you do that, but here's the pattern. So when Marcus gets to the byline, don't even look up. He knows where the penalty spot is and he knows where the front post is. And he see me blast across the front and he's just going to stick it at the front and hope for the best. That's when shit looks telepathic. That's when shit, you go, how the fuck have they done that? Because it's been either planned, drilled, or they've had that conversation. And that's where that telepathy comes from. You can't really get on a Premier League football pitch and wing it.
Right, okay. I mean, you think as well, like, obviously, the player's got to take some responsibility with those questions as well. With a manager like Ten Hag, he's got to be encouraging that, especially with this kid. He's going to know he's going to need a little bit of nurturing. He's going to need a lot of coaching. And I think Ten Hag likes a bit of a project as well. I think we've seen that with what he's done with the likes of Wan-Bissaka, the likes of Marcus Rashford. He isn't just a... Sometimes Jose, I know he's defensively quite on it, but I used to hear these interviews with attackers say Jose was very hands-off a lot of the time with attackers. He just go out and just do what you want.
Because he's a defensive minded guy.
So he'd be like, almost not...
I've got a lot of opinions on how we're going to stop the opposition scoring. How you score?
I don't know, just go and do what you do. That's what you paid to do.
I think...
Whereas...
I don't know which manager it is. I think it could have been Jose that said this, actually. Was that they prefer players, a bit like Bobby Lee, without so much experience.
Okay.
Because when you get a player that's 29, he's had 9 different managers, he's had 9 different systems in him. Which one is the one it's going to default back to in his brain?
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a fresh player that's not had heavy tactical instruction from someone, you can just fucking hammer in. Wow. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And he will just fucking run it. It's the ones that I've got opinions about. Oh, fucking Ancelotti did it like this.
Yeah, what you on about? Just before we wrap up as well, we'll ask you, Onana, Hojlund, Mount. Decent window so far. Do you think this is, if it was to end, that was it? Do you think that's a good window? I mean, there's talk maybe of Amrabat, but let's not count our chickens.
I'd say 6 out of 10 so far. We got the striker we needed.
Yeah,
we've upgraded David De Gea, and we've brought in an extra creative midfielder.
Yeah.
Have we took massive leap forward? Are we? Would you sit here and say that we're now favourites to win the league? No.
Yeah.
What would that take? I don't know what that would take. Maybe it only takes a fine margin. It doesn't need a drastic thingy.
Yeah.
Maybe it only needed a slight tweak in certain games, and actually we'd get enough points. Because people think it's about going toe to toe with City. It's not. It's about outpacing them against everybody else, really.
Yeah.
And I think we can go toe to toe with 18 teams in the league.
I agree. I think for me, it's injuries. I think we've got a team. I think we've got a very strong team. I think if we lose certain players, Marcus, Casemiro, Martinez.
Yeah, the replacements haven't got it.
No.
And then obviously you've got, we might have a good 12 or 13 players that you can trust. Are they capable? Are you able to cover your injuries, your form, your suspensions across all 4 competitions?
It's going to be hard, isn't it? And also, Ten Hag, he don't like to dismiss anything, does he? He don't go out. I'm not bothered with the FA Cup. Can't bothered. They'll go, FA Cup, we want to win that.
Every game.
Yeah.
Winning this
League
game.
Cup, I want to win that. And Champions League, obviously. So, it's going to be interesting.
That's a great attitude to have, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've missed that.
What do you want to do? Win the fucking lot.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. And it's like when I know it's different when you're getting up to watch the game or you go to the game. You think Carabao Cup, what team? You're going to see a good team. You're going to see a team that gives a toss because the manager gives a toss. He's not just going, don't worry about this. He's going, I want a trophy. And he did the right thing because I think had he not won the Carabao Cup, I know it's only the Carabao Cup, there'd be pressure on him now. A lot more pressure than there is because there's always pressure as United
But the
manager.
thing is, Ollie finished 2nd and 3rd and the whole thing was never won a trophy.
Yeah. My
so
man's finished third.
Hey, I'll have both of them things.
Yeah, in February, he won a trophy, so I'm about that. Go and check out Steve's Death Valley video after you've watched this one, of course. Don't forget as well to check out the link in the description of Manscape using the code Paddock Tour, 20% off average shipping. You know where to find me, Jay Motty. That's been Stephen Howson. This has been The Brew from live, well, not live, but from Las Vegas.
Live-ish.
Live-ish. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.